Did you know that an artist once sold a sculpture that didn't exist for $18,000? In 2021, Italian artist Salvatore Garau sold an immaterial sculpture called Io Sono, which means I am. The artwork was literally nothing, just empty space. The buyer went home with a certificate of authenticity and a set of instructions from the artist that the work must be exhibited in a private house in a roughly 5 by 5 foot space free of obstruction. Welcome to the wacky, wild, and wonderful world of art. Think you're an expert? Put your nerdy knowledge to the test in this Ultimate Art 20-question quiz challenge. But oh no, we're not stopping there. Stay until the end for a bonus round of 10 questions about the craziest art scandals and purchases ever. Let's have some fun. The first question is a warm-up one. Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? The answer is Michelangelo. He spent 4 grueling years painting the Sistine Chapel between 1508 and 1512. Who created the sfumato technique? The answer is Leonardo da Vinci. What does the sfumato technique create? Sfumato creates soft, smoky transitions between colours. It's why the Mona Lisa's face looks so eerily lifelike. Where is Van Gogh's Starry Night housed? The famous Starry Night is displayed at MoMA in New York. Did you know that Van Gogh painted it while in an asylum, experiencing hallucinations? Question number 5 is true or false. The ancient Greek statues were always white marble. The answer is false. They were painted in vibrant colours, but the pigments faded over time. Nerds ready to take it up a notch. Question 6 is who is considered the father of modern abstract art? The answer is Russian-born Wassily Kandinsky. He believed colours could express emotions like music. What's hidden beneath the Mona Lisa? X-rays reveal an earlier version, suggesting Da Vinci experimented before finalizing her famous smile. A lesson for all nerds. Practice indeed makes perfect. Where is the oldest known cave art? The oldest cave paintings, which are over 45,000 years old, reside in Sulawesi, Indonesia. They depict handprints and a warty pig. How did Jackson Pollock create his iconic paintings? He flung, dripped, and splattered paint onto canvas in a chaotic dance, creating dynamic, rhythmic compositions. And the 10th question is another true or false one. Venus de Milo originally had arms. It's true. The Venus de Milo originally had arms. However, they were already broken off when the statue was discovered on the Greek island of Milos. Next question is, why did Caravaggio flee Rome? Apparently he killed a man in a duel. Who painted the first known self-portrait? Jan van Eyck's portrait of a man in a red turban in 1433 is considered the first. Which artist dissected corpses for anatomical studies? Leonardo da Vinci. His anatomical sketches were so precise they were used in medical studies centuries later. Where is Michelangelo's only signed sculpture? It's the Pietà in Vatican City. According to Vatican archives, he angrily carved his name on Mary's sash after hearing someone else take credit for his work. True or false, blue pigment was once more expensive than gold? The answer is true. Ultramarine, made from lapis lazuli, was so costly that artists had to secure wealthy patrons before using it. We're up to the last 5 questions, which admittedly are insanely difficult. But don't quit, and don't leave, because the bonus round of ultimate art scandals and purchases follow. Question 16 is, who created the first known performance art? Yves Klein did in a work called Anthropometry in 1960. It involved nude models covered in blue paint pressing their bodies onto canvas. However, the exact origin of performance art is difficult to pinpoint as it evolved from avant-garde movements like Dadaism and Futurism. What civilization invented perspective in art? Ancient Egyptians developed something called hierarchical perspective. This is where figures' sizes indicated social importance rather than realism. True or false, Vermeer used a camera obscura technique to create some of his works. The answer is true. What bizarre inspiration led to Salvador Dali's The Persistence of Memory? Dali claimed the melting clocks were inspired by camembert cheese melting in the sun, not Einstein's relativity. And the last question in this round is what rare pigment was once made from ground-up mummies? Mummy brown, yes, actual pulverized Egyptian mummies. It was discontinued when artists realized they were literally painting with human remains. Okay, fellow nerds, take a deep breath, exhale, and get ready for the bonus round. 10 questions about the most jaw-dropping scandals and purchases that rocked the art world. Question number 1. What painting became the most expensive ever sold, despite doubts about its authenticity? Salvator Mundi, which is attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, sold for $450 million in 2017. However, many experts believe it may have been heavily altered, or even not painted by da Vinci at all. Question 2 is what famous painting disappeared during a heist and was replaced with a crude copy, fooling people for decades? The answer is a priceless Francisco de Goya painting, which was stolen from the Prado Museum in Spain in 1956. Instead of admitting the theft, museum officials secretly replaced it with a bad copy. The deception lasted 16 years before being exposed. Question 3 is true or false. A banana duct-taped to a wall sold for $120,000. The answer is true. In 2019, artist Maurizio Cattelan's Comedian, which actually was a real banana duct-taped to a gallery wall, was sold for $120,000. However, lest you think that was bananas, fast forward to the year 2024, and one of Cattelan's 3 banana editions sold for $6.24 million at a Sotheby's auction in New York. The winning bidder received a roll of duct tape and 1 banana, in addition to a letter of authenticity. As a frame of reference, I spend 23 cents per banana at Trader Joe's. On to question 4. What famous painting was stolen in 1911 and hidden for 2 years? The answer is the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre by an Italian handyman, Vincenzo Perugia, who hid it in his apartment for 2 years before trying to sell it. Next, what major museum accidentally purchased a $10 million forged Jackson Pollock painting? The Metropolitan Museum of Art fell for an elaborate forgery scheme run by the Knoedler Gallery, which sold dozens of fake abstract expressionist paintings. Oops. Question 6 is, what bizarre incident involved a museum security guard and a famous painting on his first night on the job? The incident happened 2022 when a security guard at a Russian museum got bored on his first shift and drew eyes on a blank-faced avant-garde painting worth $1 million using a ballpoint pen. He was promptly fired. I'm guessing he didn't receive references. 7. Who is the street artist whose shredded painting became more valuable after destruction? The artist's name is Banksy, and his work, Girl with Balloon, was secretly rigged with a shredder. Moments after being sold for $1.4 million at auction, it shredded itself, then became even more valuable as Love is in the Bin. Which of course begs the question, how much did the partially shredded Love is in the Bin version go for? It sold for $25.4 million. This sent my nerdy brain in overdrive, and I wondered if the bin contained a duct-taped banana, if the price would have been higher. We'll never know. Moving on. Bonus question number 8 is, what famous painting was once attacked with acid, a rock, and red spray paint? The Night Watch by Rembrandt has been vandalized multiple times, including a knife attack in 1975 and acid damage in 1990. Question 9 is, why was the Isleworth Mona Lisa controversial? Some claim it's an earlier version of the Mona Lisa painted by da Vinci, while others argue it's a forgery or a student copy. However, discrepancies in the medium of the painting, which was canvas instead of wood, and the lack of Leonardo's signature sfumato technique suggest that da Vinci was not the creator. And the 10th and final bonus question is, who is the most famous art forger in history? This dubious distinction goes to Dutch forger Han van Meegeren, who fooled the art world by forging Vermeer paintings. That is, until he was caught. And there you have it, the ultimate nerdy knowledge art quiz. How'd everyone do? Regardless of your score, being a nerd, in my opinion, isn't about knowing it all. It's about the thrill of discovery, the joy of challenging yourself, and the generosity of sharing your knowledge with others. Join me in building the biggest community of curiosity-driven, knowledge-sharing nerds in the world and beyond. Let me know in the comments what's on your mind and what you'd love to explore. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it will help us build our community. Logging off, but the nerdy synapses never rest. Nerdy and proud.